watching T2T Boxing.
For Jeff Thorne and Horn, he comes up against Manny Pacquiao this Sunday. Can you skip and talk, Jeff?
Yeah, I suppose. I feel like my hand's going to fall down with a line. But I don't know you double jump for that. I don't have too many tricks this road. I know a few people think, oh, how do you do this just like this, but there's really nothing much I can do that's spectacular. Yeah, side to side, crisscross and down it. There's probably someone out there I reckon who can skip better than I can.
When you just turn around and you get a chance, you guys there, they're skipping there.
All the way.
There we go, the trick.
By the way, Jeff normally does it about 9 minutes of skipping after each session. That's just normal. Part of the warm down is about 9 minutes normally at the end. Today he's only going to do a few minutes, but generally we'll do about 9 minutes. And some people say, hey, 9 minutes is a warm down. To me, that's my workout. And obviously for an Olympic athlete, 9 minutes of skipping is really nothing.
Some people get tired of a minute of this. Crazy. But that's what you're used to. That's about the cricket I can do.
Glenn, how many rounds of sparring have you done with Jeff throughout this process?
Well, he's done a lot of sparring. The last 3 weeks he's done 68 rounds with the world WBA number 3 super lightweight Caesar alongside. So 68 rounds with him. We've done 4 12-round spars over the last 2 weeks. So in other words, we've already done this fight 4 times. So it's not like that Sunday is going to be any different to what we've been doing. And Caesar hasn't lost for 10 years and he's only lost 3 or 40 professional fights. His last loss was to Michael Caceres for the WBA interim title in Las Vegas 10 years ago. So one very, very tough guy. So no, we're primed, we're ready to go. We're ready to rumble.
Interested to hear Jeff say yesterday that he felt a lot better in his last spar than what he usually does. So he's got to a stage in his preparation and he feels better than what he usually does at this stage of that preparation.
Yeah, absolutely. If you put those wraps on, I'll have a chat while you're putting your wraps on. Just going to put his wraps on now. Obviously, his hands, I always suggest for him to treat your hands like a piano player, okay? They're worth an awful lot of money to you, so we protect them. The wraps act like a mouth guard for the hands. So, yeah, sorry.
No, you're right. No, go. No, that's fine. Glenn, no worries at all. Yeah, he said that his final spar was a lot slimmer than what it usually is. He feels a bit better at this stage than he usually does.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff is notoriously a really intense sparrer. You know, it's a means to an end, not the end in itself. But I said I want more this time. I always said to Jeff, I'll never push you any harder than I need to for any fight. But I did say that before this one, I said one day, I said to him this a long time ago, one day I'm going to ask for a superhuman effort, I'm going to ask for a lot more out of you, and I'm calling the favour in, I said this time, I said this is it. This is what I want more. I want better sparring, I want more intense work, I want more work. So I've called my favour in and Jeff's delivered. You know, he's delivered in spades. So he's come through, Kenny Payne's done everything I've asked him to do. And yes, his last spar, I think all those that were there for that last spar, they said, wow, they said he's in super form. And Caesar was really struggling in that last spar.
Seems to be punching a bit harder as well, Jeff. Just having a look at that spar, he's developed his power, or perhaps it's just through the determination and through the intent that he was showing in that spar.
Absolutely, you know, people always talk about Jeff's right hand, but I can assure you, if all that Manny's worried about is his right hand, you better watch out for the left. So, you know, he's got dynamite in the right, and I think it's TNT in the left, but yeah, it's all tough.
Give yourself a wrap. Okay, so Jeff Hornet and Glenn Rushton are going to do a bit of hand work for us, ladies and gentlemen.
No, really, have you seen my photo?
What a treat it is for us to have Jeff Hornet here training publicly in the Brisbane CBD this Sunday, of course. One of the biggest fights in the history of Australian boxing, certainly the biggest event. And it'll all take place here in Queensland. And as mentioned, there are still some tickets available. Ticketek is the place to purchase those, or you can book this fight via Main Event Television, which is the only place to see it live in Australia.
I'm pushing too hard.
Usually body shot.
I think I look a bit too much like Manny.
Oh yeah? This is Jeff Hornet action, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday he comes up against Manny Pacquiao. Can we have a round of applause for the local boy? Glenn getting the big right hand out of him. Perhaps that will be the punch that finishes it all and makes Jeff Hornet an Australian boxing legend and a world champion as well. What a massive event, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday at Suncorp Stadium. What a treat it is to have Jeff Hornet here doing his thing. Do we have any Manny Pacquiao fans here now, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any fans of Jeff the Hornet Horn?
game as longer is definitely put that big weight on him.
Glenn, how did he feel today? How does Jeff feel?
That's great. He's in terrific shape, as you can see. He would blow out a candle. And just while we shadow boxing here, you can see his eyes are great, his body's great, his power's terrific. No, he's in excellent shape.
Are you surprised just how well he's handling this whole experience?
I'm not surprised. I'd be shocked if he wasn't, because we've gone over this over the years that we have to stay in the moment, we have to plan the work the plan, and of course, you know, why would we help, you know, Manny Pacquiao by getting stressed? We're not going to do that. If Manny Pacquiao's going to beat Jeff Hornet, he's going to have to do it on his merits, okay? We're going to take him so deep in this fight. I think he's going to be haunted by that knockdown from Marquez. It's got to be in the back of his mind there somewhere what it feels like to get knocked out stone cold. Jeff is a bigger man than Marquez. Marquez is an amazing fighter, take nothing away from him, a great counter puncher. But you know, Jeff Hornet is very technically good, he's bigger, he's younger, he's faster, and he wants it more. So how good is that?
You've analysed this fight time and time again, Glenn, and that's what you see, is it? A knockout for Jeff Hornet against Manny Pacquiao.
Hey, our intention is to get in front, stay in front. We've never played catch up. We always get in front on a fight. That's not the only strategy I can assure you to get a KO. We would love a KO. My fairy tale ending for this fight is to get a KO somewhere late in the fight, say 7 to 11. I don't really want to leave it to the last round, but I can tell you if it comes down to a test of spirit, Jeff will not be found wanting. Okay, I've pushed him so hard, and his last round was his best round when he did his last spar. So he just gets stronger as the fight goes on, and we believe that those years will be coming in the final stages of this fight. It's going to be a war.
So what have we got left here for Jeff today? Is he going to have another minute or so of this, and that's it?
Yeah, he'll be just a little bit more here. I'll stop him shortly. He'll just keep going. He's like a Duracell battery, you know, he just goes on forever. So, like a good thoroughbred, I'll stop him soon, and we'll go back and do a little bit more work soon, just again refining the strategy in a little bit more detail, some intricate work, just more revision. He's a school teacher, so he loves revision anyway. And yeah, you know, as I said, in preparation for this massive day from Sunday.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's do our bit to fire Jeff Hornet up. He's going to do 30 seconds or more of shadow boxing. And this will be the last time that you see him publicly before he walks out on Sunday at Suncorp Stadium. 60,000 people in the biggest boxing event in Australian history. Ladies and gentlemen, can we cheer him to the end of this session, please? Jeff, good morning, Hornet.
Okay, we'll stop right there. Thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate the support.